And that's all the information you're going to give me?
Well, Captain, that's all there is. You see, we couldn't see their faces. They had on helmets.
What about the bomb?
What Joe thought.
I was asking Luke.
Look, Captain Ramsey, I heard about that, too.
Then you admit that there was a bomb?
There was an explosion. Yes, I heard about an explosion. But what I thought it was just some faulty fireworks.
Oh, fireworks. Very good. Come on, we're nowhere near the 4th of July.
Yes, but Memorial Day is just around the corner.
And what better way to celebrate Memorial Day than right here on the Haunted Star with some surprise fireworks for our patrons, which apparently went off a little early.
Early?
Well, I wasn't here, so I really don't know. All I know is that Miss Templeton threw whatever it was overboard.
And whatever it was in no way can be traced to David Gray?
The story from the beginning of this, Captain Ramsey, is that nothing has been able to be traced to David Gray. Isn't that correct?
You're not going to give an inch, are you?
What are you talking about? I'm giving you everything I know. What do you want, my firstborn?
Well, maybe I can get more from Jackie Templeton. I'd like to talk to her, Tiffany, and Laura. I'm going to get to the bottom of this, Luke.
I'm sure you will.
With or without you.
Look, I am not trying to stand in your way. I'm only trying to help. You want to talk to the ladies? Come back anytime.
Well, you can just bet I will.
That was Jackie. She wants us at the museum on the double.
Something else?
Apparently the ambassador has some rather new, interesting information regarding certain treasures of Malkuth.
Listen, pal, at this stage of the game, we need every bit of information we can get. Come on.
So you managed to decimate a perfect plan.
The holograms.
The only element of perfection that remains.
They are beautiful.
Iskandar himself might have been fooled.
And rest assured, the substitutions will not be disturbed for quite some time.
A few weeks, and that is all, until the exhibit closes.
I will have retrieved the sword from Spencer by then.
You better have, or everything will be ruined. Now, what of the helmet?
It's in a safe place, don't worry.
Listen, aren't you going to at least give us a hint?
I would rather the ambassador tell you himself.
Well, where is he?
He said he'd meet us at the exhibit hall as soon as he was finished.
Oh, hello.
Jackie, I'm so glad you brought your friends. Mr. Scorpio, Mr. Spencer, may I thank you both personally for having prevented the theft.
Glad to do it.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Ambassador, if you don't mind, could you please repeat to Luke and Robert what you told me during our interview?
Of course. Well, perhaps I should have warned you earlier, gentlemen, but I guess the possibility was always there. It's that I never truly believed that they would go so far.
Who? What are you talking about, sir?
I refer to a fanatic political clique. A group dedicated to the violent overthrow of the royal family in Malkuth.
The ambassador thinks that the men involved in last night's heist may be members of this group.
I'm only thankful they didn't get the helmet and the sword. For in Malkuth, the people consider these symbols of sovereignty, and the ruler must possess them to be considered legitimate.
What if somebody else were to possess them?
Well, then it's very possible that they would be considered legitimate instead.
Then the helmet is something like a crown, yes?
Yes, for the people of Malkuth, correct.
And the sword, sir, is it equally important?
The sword is the symbol of power. However, the one cannot function without the other.
I see.
Well, I'm glad you understand. Once again, gentlemen, you have preserved the helmet and the sword, symbols of leadership in Malkuth for His Royal Highness Prince Gather and his forthcoming coronation. I can depart in, radiant contentment. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
Come on. Well, I'll tell you, Miss Templeton, I will never again question your curiosity. You're all right.
Thanks. I mean it.
You may get a Pulitzer for this one.
Yeah, I'll be the first one to vote for you. I'll tell you what, we got the sword, they got the helmet. They need us more than we need them, right?
So what are we waiting for?
Drinks are on Robert.
Uh-oh.
But don't spill them on you. Here it comes. Well, it's just Joe 19.
Hi, sorry I overslept.
Not by much.
Can I have some coffee?
Oh, sure, I'm sorry.
Thank
Here
you.
you go.
Did you sleep?
Well, technically, but not really.
What does that mean?
Well, Robert and Tiffany were on watch all night last night, and, I just came on.
So then you did get some sleep. I'm really glad.
I said, not technically. I mean, I was in bed, but I didn't sleep much.
Were you worried?
No, I don't think it was worries. I was having this nightmare. It recurred. It's not the first time I've had it either. You see, what happens is that I'm on this ship. Not this ship, but I'm on a ship like a ghost ship, like in a Claude Rains movie or something, and it's moving through the fog, and it's night, and I can't see anything, but I hear a wreck or a ship runs aground or something. So I dive into the water because I hear a woman scream, and I swim over to the wreckage, and there's David Gray, and he's got the sword of Iskandar, and he raises it, and
You woke up.
in a cold sweat. So, how'd you sleep?
Fine. Did Robert and Tiffany find Gray or anything on the ship?
No, baby, nothing at all.
You know, I think that maybe David Gray left town, like Hester said, and that we should alert the police, tell them that we've got the sword and that Gray's got the helmet.
No way, forget it.
But what if he did leave town?
He didn't.
How can you be so sure? I mean, nobody's seen him.
Listen, baby, I don't need to see him to know that he's in town. He's like a bad used car. You can't get rid of him. I'm telling you, I know he's here. He also knows that we have the sword, and he wants the sword, he's going to come to us to get it.
Then why hasn't he?
Because he's patient. And if we want him, we have to be patient, too.
It's not one of my strongest traits.
Well, it ain't one of my strongest traits either, baby, but we got no choice. And if my instincts are correct, he's going to come after it soon. Very soon. 6 o'clock or the job is over. Do you understand? So long, pal.
You know, something worries me.
What's that?
It's about the plan.
It's a good plan.
I agree with you. I just don't know if we've taken everything into consideration.
What's to consider? If we got the sword, he wants it, he's going to come after it. I lost count.
Think about it. How many people come on board this ship each week?
80, 200. I would say between employees and the customers, if we're lucky, 300. 200.
Think about it. That is a lot of faces.
That's right, but there's only one face like the tall man's.
How do you know that he's going to come here in person? There were all those men there at the museum with the helmets on. If they came on board the ship, we wouldn't recognize them.
That is correct. I've lost count again.
Don't you see that what is worrying me?
Sure.
Well,
Look, I can't work here with you doing this. I'm going to have to go somewhere else. I'll tell you the answer to your question. The answer to your question is we are very, very careful with any strangers that show up, okay?
The Magus has left me in charge of retrieving the sword of Iskandar from Spencer. Since Spencer hasn't returned it to the authorities, it's either hidden on the haunted star or with a trusted friend. Therefore, we must put our plan into effect immediately. Your code name?
Ava. My assignments, Tiffany Hill and Dr. Weber.
You've arranged for the uniform.
I took care of it last night.
Very good. How do you intend to get into the diner?
This Rose Kelly reportedly has a soft heart. Gives out handouts for chores around the diner. If she knows anything about the sword, I'll find out.
Excellent. Is your equipment ready?
All I have to do is tap the yacht's phone line and we're in business.
What about you?
Once they need a bartender, I'll be ready. We'll work together to arrange that.
And I trust all of you will work together in support.
Yes, sir.
All right, then. There's nothing more to be said. Infiltrate, listen, watch, and report back to me. Good luck, my friends.